The ancient town of Mellowmead was destroyed by creatures known as rhinotaurs. They live on still, but in a state of hibernation, deep within these caverns. They use the crystals to prolong their worthless hides.
Tread softly in these caves, for an ill-tempered dragon has a lair here. The mean old dragon can be summoned by inserting 2 dragon gems into the eye sockets of the relief. The grouchy dragon doesn't come out much, as he is afraid of the roof collapsing over his head.
Who dares to enter my lair and wake me from my slumber? Aha! Prepare yourself, little man. I shall roast the flesh from your bones. Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I will pluck out both your eyes. Oh, great. I'm just gonna give you a good hiding. hurt. What did you have to go and do that for? Here, take this dragon potion and leave me alone. Drink it when you need it. It gives you armor that is impervious to heat. Plus it lets you breathe fire. Now go away.
Wouldn't this make a wonderful tourist attraction? Come see Stengard the Mighty! Come and see the last of the centaurs! Oh, and see that dork over there? That's Daniel Fortesque, would-be hero! Ha 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 ha!
A lusty adventurer in his heyday, this once beloved mayor stole the shadow artifact from Xeroc's tower after the disgraced sorcerer was banished from the kingdom. When Xeroc returned, so mad was he that he tore the whole town apart in his wrath, turning many of the good townsfolk into goats. After that, the mayor's approval ratings fell dramatically. His re-election now seems unlikely, although these days it seems anything is possible. Once part of the infamous Cemetery Hill Coven, Imelda was ostracized by her sisters when she refused to stop using the communal cauldron to prepare her notoriously pungent lunchtime brews. She now resides in the enchanted earth where no one complains. Or at least if they do, she just turns them into a toad, and seriously, do not lick those toads. A proud and fair race, the fairies were rulers of the underground world, until that fateful day when the Ant Queen invaded their turf. Honestly, we don't know why the ants have them imprisoned, but for some reason, fairy magic doesn't seem to work against ants. Seems odd to me, but hey, I don't make the rules. Subaquaticus pachydermis draconis, truly one of nature's marvels, and found nowhere on Earth other than the lakes of Gallowmere. These peaceful creatures are the product of a chance encounter between an elephant and a dragon. Truly, love knows no bounds. With the disappearance of the head monk, these patients have been left to run amok. We don't know exactly what it was that sent them raving mad. Perhaps it was magic, perhaps the moon, perhaps they were all licking toads. Truly, you should not lick those toads. Is this really what the ancient dragons evolved into? Their dreadful ancestors would be ashamed. Don't lick their backs. That's a good way to end up in the loony bin. No, really, just don't. Poisonous pollen protects these plants from predators. Just to be safe, they fire it at everything. Can never be too careful these days. Some of the most evil, murderous critters ever to blight the land. Thankfully, they were locked away in a hermetically sealed vault by a great hero hundreds of years ago. Don't worry, we're safe. Only a complete fool would ever set them free. Oh, please tell me you didn't. Fascinating creatures, ants. Did you know they're as old as the dinosaurs? That they talk using chemicals? Or that they share a hive mind? And contrary to popular belief, they actually have no interest whatsoever in your pants. The heaviest of infantry and most ill-suited for the Battle of Gallowmere. Many of them fell victim to the deep mud rather than swords or spears. These undead knights are most effective when rolled down hills or launched from catapults. Touchy-feelers of the Swamp Guardian, said to live deep below the water's surface. Though too timid to show his many faces, he still likes to stay in touch. Sometimes he stays in touch too hard. The soil of the ancient battlegrounds, made fertile by the blood of centuries, spits forth the husks of these sorry souls. Their battle should have long since ended, and yet they still march in proud defiance of the living. These crestfallen cravens once fled the battlefield and are now bound to it, doomed to forever relive their greatest moment of shame. And forever is a long time. Tough break. I guess being dead isn't all fun and games. These floundering fiends lure naive fishermen near the water before dragging them screaming into the watery depths. There's no such thing as an easy meal in Gallowmere. Not for humans, at least. Hired muscle. The Guardians of Gallowmere should really shell out more clams for their services. Nevertheless, these barnacles still stick around. These aquatic abnormalities found a home in the sunken town of Mellowmead. Here they spend their days performing ritualistic sacrifices to malevolent elder deity. Perhaps best not to get involved, I'd say. An ill-fated mining expedition by citizens of Mellowmead caused a tragic and brutal retaliation by the Rhinotaurs. They have since gone into hibernation. Nothing irks them more than being woken up early, and to them, anything before 2 p.m. is early. She's not just a set of legs. There's a whole devoted mother bird up there, and no one treasures her eggs more than this bird mama. They may someday hatch into beautiful baby birds, or maybe just into beautiful bags of gold, or bags of golden babies. Who knows? Everything is a competition for these demon sisters. When not disemboweling intruders, they enjoy a good game of chess. We'll never know who's better. One of them always flips the table. Although accustomed to letting her soldiers do all the fighting, this is one tough bug lady. She's an acid-spitting queen who will fight to her last gasp to defend the brood of insect infants incubating inside her egg sac. Oh, if only there was an airlock you could flush her out of. Perhaps the last remaining dragon? A fearsome, indomitable beast with absolutely no vulnerabilities, apart from that one cranial fracture he sustained from waking up with a start and banging his head on the cave roof. Good thing no one will ever find out about that. Dragons were once hunted for their blood, which is said to grant the power of fire-breathing. This particular dragon's solitude stems not from the fear of hunters, but from his crippling social anxiety.
Daniel, there you are. I was so worried about you. I know you have the heart of a hero, Daniel. Now we must show the others. Would you like to take my magic lightning bolts? I don't have many, but they're very powerful. Off you pop then, and keep your chin up. Oops, sorry, Daniel. Now take care. The good people of Galamere are depending on you.